The Laws of the Higher Life by Annie Besant. About the author, Annie Besant, 1847 to 1933, second president of the Theosophical Society from 1907 to 1933, was described as a diamond soul, for she had many brilliant facets to her character. She was one of the outstanding orators of her time, a champion of human freedom, educationist, philanthropist, and author. She has more than 300 books and pamphlets to her credit and guided thousands of men and women all over the world in their spiritual quest. In her earlier days in England, she did remarkable work as a freethinker and Fabian socialist and supported many noble causes, including women's suffrage. From 1893, she lived in India and worked indefatigably for the cultural and spiritual renaissance of the country. She organized the Home Rule movement and inspired Indians with a dynamic vision of India's future. And these are lectures delivered at an annual convention of the Indian section of the Theosophical Society held at Varanasi. Earlier it was called Benares. The larger consciousness. This year we are going to study together a subject of vital importance to the thoughtful, to the earnest, to those who desire to serve humanity, to those we wish to help the race forward in this evolution. The subject of my discourses I have called the laws of the higher life, because so many people in dealing with religion that has to do with the higher life seem inclined to remove it from the realm of law and to bring it into some strange region of arbitrary whim, into some strange region of results without endeavor, of failure without weakness. This idea that spirituality is not subject to law is an idea that is natural at first sight, for we find a corresponding analogy in the way in which the laws of the physical plane have been overlooked just in proportion as they have been unstudied and unknown. We glance for a moment at some sudden eruption of natural forces, of some tremendous explosion which throws up perhaps in a few hours a mighty mountain, or we see cracks and rocky peaks where before there was verdure, and in a valley which was a plain we discern the outlines of swelling hills. In such an eruption, man once saw something arbitrary, something catastrophic, something disorderly, something unexpected, something outside the orderly growth of evolution. But we know from further study that there is nothing more than disorderly in the outburst of a volcano than there is in the slow growth of the sea bottom, until at last, after tens of thousands of years, that bottom becomes a range of mountains. The one was thought orderly, the other cataclysmic, but now we know that all natural processes, sudden or slow, unexpected or predicted, come within the realm of law and are utterly orderly in their happenings. It is the same in the spiritual world. We may sometimes see apparently sudden eruptions of the forces of the spiritual realm, a sudden change, for instance, of the whole life of a man. We may see the character wholly altered to all appearances. We may see the whole nature of the man changed even in an hour. But we have learned to understand that here also law is supreme, that in this also there is nothing disorderly, although much that many do not yet understand. And we are beginning to realize that in the spiritual, as in the physical universe, there is the one supreme life, manifesting in an indefinite diversity of ways, and that life is ever orderly in its workings, no matter how strange, no matter how wonderful, no matter how unexpected they may seem to be our dim, unpurblind eyes.